Thank you very much. We are 2 years after the start of the revolution, Mrs. Ashton, and we are now at 70,000 people that have been killed. And we continue to see and to say, okay, we need a political solution. Well, we already worked for it 2 years, and the outcome is 70,000 deaths in Syria, and every day 70,000 new refugees. In one of these refugee camps, a bit in the north, there are more than 10,000 children. They have nothing at all. They are weeks without milk, days without food. There are hardly any toilets and there is no heating. And in these camps, for the moment, with more than 1 million of refugees, children die every day. And what we are doing, yes, we give money, of course we send aid, but almost all that money, all that aid is not going to these people. No, our aid is going to the areas of the regime, because this is the way, Mr. Chairman, the UN is working, the Red Cross is working, through governments, through regimes, through Assad, and that's why almost all our money, for the moment, is only going to the people loyal to Assad. Not to Aleppo, not to Idlib, not to Homs. Even worse, a few weeks ago there were 3 convoys sent for the first time to the north of Syria, sending wrong goods to the wrong places. And I think really we have to understand there is a humanitarian disaster. Not only the 70,000 killings are there because of our search of a political solution, as you are describing it, at the same time there is a humanitarian disaster. And I think we have to change rapidly our way of seeing the problems in Syria. First of all, you know the general, you have received him also, Mr. Idris has asked for weapons. And his argumentation is very clear. The embargo for the moment works against the victims of Assad, not in favour of the victims of Assad. And we see, fortunately, a change in a number of countries. Britain shall send now armoured protected vehicles. The Americans have promised armoured protected vehicles and other what they call non-lethal weapons. In my opinion and my description, it is the first step to make an end to this embargo. An embargo, again, and I repeat it, that only works against the victims. And then we have to do something on the issue of aid, Mr. Chairman. We have really to try that this aid is to be given directly to the liberated areas. We have to know the biggest part of Syria in the north is liberated, is under the control of the Free Syrian Army. And it's not so difficult to do it. Most camps are lying right at the border with Turkey. And we have to stop to think that we have first of all to have the approval of the regime of Assad in Syria before we can act. There is also, I can tell you, and it has been also confirmed to you by Mr. Idris, a network now organised by the Syrian National Council and by the Free Syrian Army to distribute the aid to the people who really need it. So it's not so difficult. Don't tell me that it is not easy, that it is difficult. These kind of words are for the bureaucrats. We both are politicians and we need to find solutions for that. And I hope that in the coming weeks you can make a dramatic change, at least at the front of the humanitarian aid.